There's a little known secret that the top creators are using every single day in order to produce really high quality social media posts. And it's not simply just using ChatGPT and asking for a post. It's by using tools like TypeShare, for example, that takes viral scripts that allows you to begin writing using these proven scripts using these templates that have been proven to go viral. Today, I'm going to talk about TypeScript, but I'm also going to give you a second tool inside of ChatGPT where you can take the same premise as TypeShare and basically put it on steroids. So let's dive into TypeShare now. I'm going to show you how to use it inside of ChatGPT. I'm going to show you how we use it inside of automations. And then we're going to get to the extra bonus ChatGPT tool after we go through TypeShare. So TypeShare is the all-in-one writing platform where you can write, publish everywhere, and see what works and become a better writer. So it's free to sign up. And once you do sign up, you'll then get an onboarding to choose what type of format you want to follow. For a lot of people, they're using it for threads and Twitter. So you can choose any of those. It will then show you an example post to get you started writing so you get off in the right direction and produce really high quality work. It then has a step where you can publish content. It has all of your recently published content here, and it tells you about the top performers. So today we're actually going to be focusing on these templates here. And I'm going to go through a couple of them, but what we've actually done is we have an automation system where we've actually imported all of these templates into our prompt library. And then we can basically drag in as many of these prompts as we wish into our system, into our AI automation, and it runs through all of them automatically. So instead of having to use the ChatGPT dashboard or the Claude dashboard manually, and just put in the prompt manually every single time, if you want to create 100 posts, that's 100 times you have to input the actual prompt itself. Whereas our system, it automatically just churns through as many templates as you want, whether it's 10, whether it's 100, even 1,000. As long as you have enough operations in your automation, we can handle it with the automation we've built. I'm not going to go too far into that today. I will give you a demo of how it works. But the point of this is showing you that it's never really been easier than now to produce content at scale in a really high quality fashion. The worst way to produce content is to say, write me a social media post about AI automation. Like, you will get an answer here, but it's not going to be great because it doesn't take into account who you are, what you do, what type of method you have. Like, it doesn't follow any brand details at all. But to the untrained eye, maybe this looks good to you if you've never written a social post before, or if you've never really got a lot of traction. Whereas TypeShare, basically they find all of the best templates. And let's dive into one of these now. So let's just find a nice template here that we can use, and based on, some of the biggest creators that are out there. So let's dive into this one here. So it's the single most thing. So let's just unlock this free trial. So we're just going to start a free trial. And now we can begin to use the template. So the way that they've built this is that if you wanted to do it manually, then of course you can come in here and you can start writing manually. But what I figured out is that if we just go to copy this entire thing and we come across into ChatGPT and we say, use the transcript provided below, and then fill in this template for our social media post. Makes sense and is highly valuable. Template. Let's paste the template in there, and then let's put the transcript in here. And now what we're actually going to do is we're going to grab a transcript from a recent video of mine. So I did a video recently of how to build your own project management system inside of Airtable, and
made our workflow better than ever.
We're going to get rid of these ads here, and we're going to go show transcript, and we're just going to drag in this transcript. So we're going to pull that full transcript from YouTube, come across and just add it in there like this. And now what we can see is that it then reads the transcript, pulls the information based on what I talked about, me personally talking about in that video. And then it creates a template or a post based on the template that we gave it. So remember, we gave it this template here. So it should start with the single most powerful habit for outcome. So the single most powerful habit for building better AI automation products. Then it should say what the habit is. So the habit is scoping every project using a visual AI enhanced project planner. Then it should say over the last time period, I've habit every single period. And along the way, I've valuable action item 1, valuable action item 2. So if we come back here, over the last 6 months, I've scoped every single automation build inside of our project command OS powered by Airtable and AI. And along the way, I've rebuilt our entire project planning process, delivered launch-ready templates that generate 10 to 15 content pieces per day. But I always return to setting up a clear ICE framework. That's how we assign tasks to the right team members. That's how clients skip months of guesswork. So, I mean, it's probably jumbled up clients and us a little bit in here. So I'd want to make that a little bit simpler for it to understand. But other than that, that's a much better structured post than if we come back up here to this first one that we were looking at before. Like the first one was just so general. It didn't really give up much information. Like you can tell very easily that this is an AI prompt that has no real depth. This is going a little bit further into detail because we've given it detail via our YouTube video here. So when I figured this out, I was like, okay, surely there is a way to automate that. And that's how we built this system here. So we have Content Automation OS, and I can do a very similar thing here where we have just a general content flow. And here I can paste in that same transcript. I'm just going to call this a demo. We're going to select the brand for big moves, and we're just going to go create. Now, once we have that transcript in here, we can actually pull as many of these script or these prompts as we want. So I'm just going to type in social here so it finds all of our social templates. And we're going to now look like there's hundreds of in here that we've pulled in. And we're going to go avoid beginner mistakes. Let's do that one. Let's just do 3. But like I said, we could literally do, hundreds of them if we want to. Let's just choose a hook. So wish I knew. And then let's just choose another simple template, which is X challenges, best examples, topic goals, X habits, biggest realization. Let's go that. Now we can also choose any AI model that we want. So we don't have to be stuck with ChatGPT. We actually use OpenRouter to pull in any AI that we want. So we can then use Claude because Claude is great at writing right now. So I'm just going to pull in Claude, and I actually don't have the latest one. So since we're here, we might as well integrate the latest Claude into the system. Let's just go 3.7 Sonnet. So we come across into OpenRouter, we grab this code here. Then to integrate this into the system, we come across into our brand settings, AI models, and then come up and add the information into this section here. Our max tokens are what? I mean, there's 64,000 here for some reason. I'm not sure why, but let's just use the smallest one just in case. We don't need a lot for our templates anyway. And let's give it a kind of reasonable temperature of 0.3. We'll just go create. Then we can come back to that workflow again. So we'll just go to our general content workflow. We'll choose our demo. Now we can come in back down to our social prompt section. So again, our 3 social prompts are here. If we open up our AI models, we've got Claude 3.7. How many output variations? Let's go 2 variations. So we want 2 of these in each of the outputs as well. And then if I just go run once here, we'll watch how this automation now works. So if we look at this automation now, it's pulled the information from Airtable and we can see it's iterating now through each of those 3 prompts. So if I open up this, we can see the bundles for where each of those prompts or each of those templates have been added into each bundle. And then it's going to move through this iterating and aggregating phase 3 times and send it back into the system. So in order to find that now, we just come across into our social post list and we'll see that it's been then input from that base or from that automation into here. So if I open up this, there should be now 2 versions of that prompt completed. So tired of clunky project management tools, we built something better. Project Command OS is our custom AI project planner that makes Monday.com, Asana, and ClickUp look outdated. It's built in Airtable with 3 key advantages: AI-powered project planning, one-click task distribution, built-in ICE framework. So ever feel like you're drowning in project ideas? Here's how Project Command works. Variation 1, variation 2. So it's going through each of those prompts and it's done that automatically. You can see it's given us 2 versions of each. So we can pick and choose which ones we're actually using. So this is how you can begin to create so much better content at scale, so much faster by using existing templates that have been taken from viral tweets or viral LinkedIn posts already. Everything exists in order to use it better. But then the question becomes, okay, how often do these guys update this dashboard? I'm not sure. I mean, a lot of them that I can see in here now is the same as about 12 months ago. So I'm not sure how often they're updating them. I imagine they probably are. But what if you could also just find a post that you like and take that from a creator that you want to follow or that you know is creating some good stuff? So let's go to x.com now and let's find a creator. I mean, Matt Gray, super popular, doing some really good stuff on social media these days. And here he has a post. Let's see if we can find something that's had a lot of views, 21,000, 50 to 136,000. That's an image. So here's one that's had some decent traction. So fairly simple post, a bit of a list in there. And what we can actually do is we can template this ourselves. And inside of our community, I actually have a free GPT that people can use, that any of our members can use to help with this. So if I just open up this GPT and we use it inside of ChatGPT, then what we can do is we can create a fully templatized output or a partly templatized output. For this one, I'm going to go create a fully templatized output. And all we need to do now is go and grab that, copy that post, that social post from Matt, come across into our GPT, paste it in here like this, and then hit return. And now this is going to turn this into a template that we can use with ChatGPT or any of these other tools. So we can see here, statement here about the fastest way to gain clarity and how to do it. Instruction, how to use physical tools and set of reflective questions. I'm just going to say, make it more general so we can use for any niche or topic. So we want to make sure we make it as widely available as possible for all topics. So let's just grab that now and we come back into our other thread. So remember, we've already pasted this inside of ChatGPT. Okay, we'll go, okay, now do this template. And we're just going to make this look a bit nicer. We're going to put all of these on the next line. We're going to hit enter and let's see the type of post this one creates. The fastest way to gain clarity is to get your ideas out of your head and into a system. Use a simple framework like ICE, impact, confidence, ease to process and prioritize your thoughts. What's the one project that would move the needle the most right now? How could I make this more enjoyable, creative, fun to build? Fear or uncertainty that's stopping me from executing. If there were no limits, how would I approach this differently? Every big result lives on the other side of clarity and focused execution. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, just don't stay there. You don't need another tool, you need a system that thinks with you. Start mapping, start building, progress follows structure. So again, this is way less like an AI output. This is the whole point of templating this. And you can use this GPT tool for not just social posts. You could use it for emails. You could use it for basically anything that you wanted to, any type of copy that you wanted to. But when we can also then grab that template, we can come across into our automation system here, go to our prompt library, our social media prompts, and then we can add this prompt to be used anytime in future. We give it an idea. We'll just say Matt Gray social clarity post, and then we give it a type so we know how to find it later, social content and social media. And now we have that prompt to use at any time in future. So we can use this with any transcript, any blog post, any newsletter. It reads the newsletter, the blog post, the transcript, and then turns it into the social post. And you can do that automatically as well using those tools like make.com. So I know that I rushed through a lot of this and I know that there's a lot of information to take in, but this is how the top creators are creating better content at scale, faster, using AI, by just going the next level deep into using these types of systems. The world has changed and these types of systems are the way to scale your business so much more efficiently than ever before. So if you want to dive deeper into these types of systems that we build, I do have the Big Moves channel that you're watching right now. I also have my personal channel, which I'll link in the description, where you can go and back and find some of the content automation videos that we talked about using the system that I just demoed here today. So I hope this was valuable and I'll see you in the next video.